Welcome to Soul Matrix Show, unleashing the power of your infinite soul with Sheri Collins. Sheri can help you remember who you once were. Tune in to see the bigger picture, release your past traumas, and step forward into your true self and living a life that you love. This show will help you with all of this by being of service to you, sharing messages of hope, faith, and understanding. We all have inner wisdom within us, and Sheri can help you find it. You can be the creative change that you want in your life, and Sheri wants to show you how to do that. Let's navigate on your soul's journey. Soul Matrix Show starts now.
Hello, everyone. It is Sheri Collins on the Transformation Talk radio show, Soul Matrix. I'm so grateful to be here this evening to share with you guys a little bit about my journey through quantum healing. So I'm just going to start off with an opener of myself, and then we'll move forward through this as well. So I just want to take this moment to share that everything that you do, say, is in the quantum field. That also transmits into your Akashic records. So there is 0 points of separation through any of this. The Akashic records is part and parcel of our healing journey, but so is the quantum field. If we sit in the quantum field and understand how it works and how it radiates outward, we can actually tap into that field and allow it to work with us to heal the body, the mind, the soul, and everything in between. Now, quantum healing came to me through my journey after I had an injury. I had tried doing Reiki on it and it wasn't working. When you tear the muscle, sometimes it's just not enough and you need something more. So for me, I was introduced to quantum healing right around that time that I had done that, because I asked for something more. And what I noticed was it was instant for me. Not everybody is it going to be instant for, but for myself it was. So just by laying my hand on there with the quantum energy, I was able to heal that muscle enough that I could sew it back together. Now, everybody's experience into quantum healing is very, very different. Everybody's experience on how they experience energy in their hands and in their body is very different. For me, I shift extremely fast. And what do I mean by a shift is I go from here's the problem, here's the solution, it's done. Not everybody is that quick. There's an integration period that happens inside the physical body that needs to happen. And what happens is people tend to think that it's your belief system that stops you, or you must trust this for it to work. That is not the case, because everybody is a skeptic, and it's fun to work with skeptics because they don't understand what's actually transpiring. Now, when I talk about quantum energy, the energy is already in us. It comes from source. It is part of who we are. We have this no matter what. It's how do we use it? We forget things when we come here because we're here for an experience. But once you start to tap into the understanding of what the quantum energy is, you can use it to heal yourself. We've healed so many people, or helped people heal so many different things in their own physical bodies, that it's kind of hard not to understand that this works. So on my journey, as I moved forward through this modality, I was asked to create a healing group with Source. So I had about 27 practitioners that worked underneath his guidance. And every week we'd bring people into the group with different ailments or diseases. And we would put practitioners in there and we would sit there and be like, okay, let's do this. And not knowing what we were actually doing, we were just allowing the energy to flow. And I had a very special guide show up. His name is Kinsley, and he taught me how to do psychic surgery. So for me, that became part and parcel of my quantum healing, is what I could do with it and how it would transpire into something else. And as I moved through this, I became really, really good at just being able to navigate the energy and what to do with it. Now, when I started my journey, sitting still like this was very hard. For some people, it's very easy. It's not that I can't see things or focus things or understand how it works, but I love to be able to move and feel as though I'm part of this. The exchange with the quantum field is you're working with a higher intelligence, whether you know it or not. Part of it is within you and part of it is somewhere else. And allowing that energy to come through you to be able to help other people heal is literally a miracle. But the integration process that people go through in order to understand this healing can affect the body system. Some days it can feel worse than feel better. That's the part that people don't understand as they navigate this forward. In my physical journey, I went through vertigo on my second awakening, and it was not fun. But the quantum energy that comes through us to be able to allow us to heal is actually so profound that it doesn't matter if you believe it or trust it. It's just there. So a lot of people will ask, like, what do you feel when you get to experience this quantum energy? And I'm just going to explain it from my point of view. When I call up the energy of the quantum field in my hands, it feels magnetic. It also feels like a repulsion at the same time as magnetic. So if I call up energy into my hands, which I have now, that's about as close as I can get. Right. And I can amplify this energy and it will start to pull my hands apart without me doing anything. So I'll just bring it to the point where I can't push it together anymore. And now I'm just going to amplify that energy. And if you can see ever so slightly, my hands are moving apart. I can't push them back together. There's a force there that's allowing me to expand it, and I don't need to control it. And feel free to do this if you want. Just call up any energy you want into your hands. You'll notice that same magnetism. It's this repulsion at the same time that it's magnetic, and you'll start to feel the energy. Some people feel this heat come in their hands, like an overwhelming heat. Some people feel this vibration. For me, I feel everything. The next thing I want to bring into this is, like, what do you see when you do quantum energy? And what I see when I do quantum energy is I see you. One of the gifts that I have been blessed with being able to do this work is I can actually put myself in your body, or I can put your body inside of mine. Now, for some people, that's not easy because they'll take on the other person's problems and then it'll manifest inside of themselves. I don't do that, but I can tap in to see what's going on. And all of a sudden, I'll feel your ailments in my body. So it feels a little bit different. That I know what's mine and I know what's yours. And a lot of people will hold on to that energy structure for themselves and not allow that energy to let go. And even before this segment started, we were just talking about like how we hold on to so much energy inside of our bodies around, certain circumstances or certain situations that creates the hold in your body. That's the dis-ease. And as soon as we receive the quantum healing, it allows us to let that go. And here's where your pain comes in. Your body doesn't know what it's like to be pain-free if you're holding on to all of this extra energy and emotion. So other questions that I've received around this too is can anybody do this? And I will say yes, only because when I first stepped into this 4 years ago, I had no idea what it was. I didn't know that I could do this. I didn't know what it did. I didn't know how it was going to work on somebody else. So me walking into this 100% not knowing and seeing the outcome, yes, anybody can do it. You can be an absolute beginner. You can be someone who's advanced Reiki master teacher. You can teach anything you want. Coming into this will show you that you can just have one extra thing in your pocket to be able to experience. And the nice thing about this is that you can expand on it. This is a modality that allows you to step into other things. So psychic surgery, being able to understand the chakras better, understanding a different way to do access bars or scalar waves. So it is a limitless modality. There is no limit to it unless you place that on it. Now, other things that people will say is, can you hurt somebody with it? No, it's almost like it knows when to stop through you, right? We can only go so far with it. When that person's had enough, you'll almost get disconnected from that energy and it says no more. We don't want to overload somebody who's not ready to be loaded, because then they'll feel that overload. It can happen though, where they need time to purge. Right now, through everything that we're going through as a collective, we're already purging massive amounts. So adding this as a healing into it is only going to benefit you more. And it allows you to have a huge release. I've released so much stuff out of my own physical body. I'll share a little bit of a story with you guys. So I was walking my dog the one day and there was a patch of ice and I stepped on it. I didn't know it was there and I went down and I thought I had broke my wrist. And I literally said, thank you for healing me. Thank you for healing me. Thank you for healing me. And I wrapped my hand around my wrist. I couldn't move it. It was starting to swell. And I literally just put quantum energy into my hand. Within like 2 minutes, I could move my hand fully. There was nothing wrong. There was no swelling. The other thing is I had a young, beautiful young soul. She had broken her wrist before she came into class. And we all know someone who's broken something and they have this swelling that poofs outside of the cast. Every time she would download energy into her hands, the swelling would heal. The bones would heal in her hand. And by the time she was done the class, she could stick her hand down her cast. So this is just part of what the quantum energy can do. This is just part of how it works. We don't have to know all the ins and outs. We don't have to know how it works or why it works. It just works. And you trusting that you know this and that it's going to work for you is the best way to start that journey for yourself. I know it was for me. I absolutely know. But what I would love to do is take a break and come back. We'll do a little bit more chat around quantum healing. And then I'm going to bring on this beautiful woman, Jessica. And I'm going to show you just how quickly we can tap in and work with the field and then bring some relief to the physical body. So please stay tuned. And I hope to see you back shortly. Welcome back to the Soul Maker Show with Sheri Collins. I'm so grateful to have you guys here. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a little bit more about quantum healing, and then we'll bring in Jessica and do some healing work for her. So what I want to share with you is that there's 0 points of separation when it comes to quantum healing. Now, when we're in the field, there's no separation there, but being that Jessica is with us, there's no separation between me and her. There's no separation between me and source. There's no separation between me and any single person on this planet. So I find what's very interesting when it comes into teachers teaching and so many rules and restrictions is that people don't want you to move forward or succeed or branch out. And I'm here to tell you that with quantum healing, there is no rules. It's limitless what you can do. By being able to understand that there's no separation between me and Jessica or me and anybody else, I can literally tap into any single person on this planet and tell you what's wrong with them. Right? It's about understanding that if I limit myself, then I can't do something. And the moment you place that limitation on yourself, it's going to pull you back. It's going to hold you back. So I will say anywhere that you feel like someone has told you you can't do something, literally remove that from your brain and just throw it in the garbage because it's not true. Many, many teachers have told me the exact same thing. And I can just tell you that I don't listen to any of them. And I've succeeded very far into this career. And it is so, so beautiful to watch people blossom once they step in and start doing it for themselves and then branch out. So once you understand the understanding of how energy works, and you're going to make friends with it, you're going to make love to it, it's going to become your best friend. It's understanding what to do with it after that point. Now, quantum healing doesn't have boundaries. So if I need to tap into a certain part of the brain or the body system, it will go exactly where I ask it to go because there's no separation there. If my intention is to find the root of something, it's about understanding how it navigates from you to that other person. It's their issues. It's not yours, but it might reflect something that you have inside of you. If you've ever been in front of somebody and got emotional and it's like, well, this isn't mine. That's kind of exactly how the quantum understanding works, is that it's a navigation system forward. I use it as a navigation tool to find where things are upset or off balance in your body. And with this, you can tap into pretty much any system in the whole body, your bones, your skin, any part of the physical body will show you what's wrong in the mental and in the emotional. It's all interconnected in one thing. Each one leads into its own separate. Everything that you're holding in your cellular structure of your body comes from the situation. So as you navigate into this quantum healing, things will be shown to you about why this transpired. Where did you fall down when you were a child? How did you get hurt? Is this related to the back? Is the kidney related to your not listening? Everything will start to make sense as you navigate through the journey. I would say the biggest component of quantum healing is learning to listen and sit still. If you do that, you'll start to understand how everything unlocks and unfolds like a book. And then that information becomes the tool to help somebody else. A lot of people who come forward to do the quantum healing don't understand that there's an integration. Now, there doesn't have to be, but most people need that. So just like today, if I do some healing work on Jessica, will she feel some of it? Yes. Will she feel all of it? Maybe not. She needs a period of integration, which could be 10 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, or a week, to be able to understand how the healing helps her. But I do know that it helps, right? And that comes from the feedback that we get from people. As I teach this to people, I allow them to do like a 2-minute healing on each other. And it's like this instant feedback that comes back over and over again to help that person understand that, oh my gosh, this feels better. I had a young lady come into class and she couldn't move her arm above here, but I didn't know that. She never said anything. And I was just observing her and another girl. And she got healing there and she went like this. I was just like, she goes, I haven't been able to do that since I was 16 years old. So that instant feedback is something that people sometimes need that says, hey, you got that spot on. And look, here's the outcome, right? And you'll start to see it over and over and over again, where it's like, here's the diagnosis. And then hold on, that's not there anymore. How many times people will come in and do a healing session and turn around and machines break down, or the diagnosis is gone, or you know what, you don't need the surgery anymore. That's when you know that you're in alignment with everything that you're being shown, taught, told, and just allowing the field to present itself. It is a miracle. It truly is. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Your belief has nothing to do with it. A belief system is actually BS, right? So is I think this. Those are all conditioned programs. And once you understand that, you can start to remove that with quantum healing as well. Because the truth is the truth that you bring forward. I don't need to believe in the truth. The truth is just there. And so aligning all of this stuff to understand, whether it's an integration period, whether it's thinking, knowing, believing, you decide, but it's opening up that possibility that you can step in and do this too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a technique. And then when we come back from break, I'm going to do a healing session with Jessica. So I'm going to give you this healing technique just so that you guys have it, so that, you know, if you want to try a little portion of this out, you can. So what I want you to do is I want you to take these 3 fingers. So your thumb, and then your index finger, and then your middle finger. And I want you to put them together like this. And you're going to create like a little laser for yourself. And I want you to say, tap into your own body system for a second and say, okay, where do I need this? Where do I need this energy to go? And I want you to take that and place it right there. And then I want you to focus everything you have within you from source, from energy, from the quantum field, and we'll just call it love. And just bring that down and bring it out those 3 fingers. Like you have this little laser pointing that can write on it, kind of like one of those fire things that you can light up on the 4th of July. So grab your hand and I want you just to put on that spot. And I just want you to create all this energy of love coming out your fingers into that spot. I can feel it already. So you might feel heat. You might feel a tingling sensation. You might feel it start to radiate out inside of you. You might feel this awe and wonder. And in that spot, what does it feel like to that spot? If you're just giving it unconditional love through your fingers, what does it feel like inside of your body? Is the pain dissipating from there? Does it feel like that pain is changing? Does it feel like the energy that you're putting in is starting to branch out inside of your body, whether it's your arm, your leg, your back? Does it feel like it's starting to move and travel? So let's just ask that energy, keep that hand there. Just ask that energy to go to the spot that you actually need it the most. So you don't even know where it is. It's okay. But let's just ask it to go to where it truly needs to go, so that this spot that you have it on can go away. There you go. So you can feel that energy start to move and shift. And I can feel it in all of you. You can start to feel that energy go to where it's truly meant to go. And here's why that is. And even if we didn't set that attention for it to go there, it's going to go there anyways. And here's why. Because there's zero separation, and because where you feel pain is not the actual root of where you're hurt. That is just the place that's showing you that there's a problem. Hey, this energy right here is showing you that this hurts. Here's the pain, but that's not where it's coming from. This is the secondary. The secondary always feels pain. And what happens with the quantum healing is, if we give you a little bit of energy where the pain is, then all of a sudden that pain, if we lead it into where it needs to go, will start to dissipate from the actual place that it came from. And that's why I said from the kidney to the ear, because if you have an earache, you should be checking your kidney. And not in every case, but part of it. Some people who have Achilles pain, that's not where it started from. Usually it's your hip flexors or your thigh. So it's understanding how the body will actually show you, but we don't pay attention to that. We focus on the pain. So with quantum, we start to understand how to dive deeper into these areas of the body that will help provide us with relief and an understanding of how it works for all of us. And for every single person who steps into the program or steps into a healing session, it's completely different. Not one thing is the same. But what is the amount of healing that we can do for someone to help them. And that's where I love to step in and show people just how easy it is to do this work and to step in. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do some healing work on Jessica. So I hope you guys stay tuned. Please come back very shortly. Welcome back to the Soul Matrix Show. I'm Sheri Collins, and my guest today, Jessica Henderson. We're so grateful to have you. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a demonstration. Now, here's one thing. So when I go into one-on-one healing sessions with people, I always ask them what's going on, right? Because what I want to do is I want to address everything that they have going on first, before I start to dive deeper into the actual problem. But what I'm going to do first and foremost is I'm just going to tap into Jessica, and I'm going to just say some stuff out loud, and she can confirm or deny. It's totally up to her. But I'm currently in her body, just feeling her out, seeing all the stuff that's going on. So the first thing is there's a little bit of neck tension that comes down into your trap muscles at the very top. The other thing is I feel like you breathe from your upper chest, so it's very shallow breaths. I do feel like you have a tightness that goes on just from your belly button up. There's like a tightness in the upper gut, in the digestive as well. I feel like you are holding a little bit of frustration in your liver. When I tap into the backside, for you, I'm getting kidneys, and I'm also getting, there's a little bit of stress and tension going on in your adrenals, but then also into your hips, the backside of your hips. When I tap into the internal structure of your hips itself, you tend to have this C formation. I don't know if you can notice, but my body will sink forward. So it's almost like your pelvis moves forward in the C formation. So it's like you kind of slouch a little bit in that. It doesn't feel comfortable to sit up straight like this. You kind of just want to do that natural. And then I feel like your left leg is shorter than the right one. So I usually just, if you put your legs out straight under your desk or your table, you'd probably notice that your left leg is a little bit shorter. So we're gonna dive in and do an adjustment on that just to help balance you out. I do feel like there's this little bit of a lean as well. So you just did it there. So you're trying to hold yourself upright this way, and your body automatically wants to lean to the side. So this is all just structural that has to do with your hips. So your hips are not supporting you. Your foundation's a little bit funky in certain things. There's a male figure, hubby, attached to a little bit of this. I feel like there's a little bit of, it's not rocky, but it's almost like trying to balance yourselves out together in what you want coming forward. How's that?
Okay, so this is so good. So first I'm going to say especially the hips thing, because that's where I have the most pain. I have in the left leg being shorter. So like I have I call it, I don't know if this is really what it is, but it feels like my SI joint gets locked in my left hip, and it just hurts all the time. It's uncomfortable to stand, walk, sit, all the things. And then everything else you named is right on. Like I have all of those pains, all of those tensions, all of the things.
Okay. So first and foremost, let's start with the leg, because I feel like let's get that balanced out, and then we don't want you to like fall over. So we'll balance everything from the hips up. So just take a deep breath into your gut for me, just right into your lower diaphragm. Okay, so now your left leg is the same length as your right. So now we're going to go into a bit of, you can check for yourself if you need to. And I'm just going to go in and adjust your hips. So what I'm actually going to do, and this might sound scary, but it's actually not, I'm actually going to break and reset your hips to bring your hips back into alignment. So right now you pull your hips forward when you sit. We want your booty to actually stick out a little bit. Your booty should be able to sit up against the back of your seat first, not your lower back in that C. So I'm just going to break them and reset them. It just is the easiest way. So just take that nice big breath down. So now you should notice that your bum wants to stick out. as opposed to go down. So now I'm going to adjust that lean that you've got going on. So I'm just going to do a spinal adjustment. So as I'm moving through and navigating up your spine, there looks like something transpired when you were younger. I want to say around 3 years old. And I want to say you had a pretty good fall on that, the upper thoracic, because the left side of your spine actually sticks out more, like the muscles on the left side of the spine stick out. There's like a little bit of a hump, as opposed to the right, it's straight across. So if you want to check too, you can rub your hand along that and you'll feel that little, it gets stuck.
Yeah, I mean, so I was told I have scoliosis. That's probably
Oh, that makes total sense then.
yeah.
Yeah, I can feel it in mine, and mine's not normally like that. So because I'm in your body, I can feel that. So let's address that spine issue. Okay, so for me, that's coming in from a past life. You were a knight. So you had a nasty fall and it jarred your body this way to the left. And then you fell off a horse and fell down an embankment. So I don't know if you just felt that shift, but I just felt your body just go.
I don't know that I feel it, but I'm behind you, but behind where you are now, I'm taking a minute to catch up, but my butt is different in my chair.
But your spine just shifted.
Okay.
So wherever you fell off the horse, it just shifted back. So if you run your hand across your back, does the left side still stick out, that muscle?
No, it's like loose.
I'm just going to bring this up into the top of the vertebrae, and we'll just align this upper part so that you don't feel like you need to do this anymore.
Oh, it just popped when I did that.
So I'm going to get you to do me a favor. So
Okay.
for me, working with people, especially when I break and reset stuff, what I'm going to get you to do is just take your headphones off and leave them on your desk. And I just want you to go for a quick walk and then come back, do it a couple of times.
Okay.
And I'll just energetically watch you shift.
Okay.
Yeah. When you're ready, you can just sit back down. So before you say anything, I'm going to do one other adjustment. So what they showed me was you in mom's belly. So there's a little bit of let's just say something transpired while you were in mom's tummy with her and her belly that kind of created a little bit of this shift over. So I just want to energetically put that back into alignment. There. So how did that feel to get up and walk?
So, couple things. One, I don't feel my hip pain at all. And I've had it all day to this point. And then I also just feel like I'm standing up straighter, like naturally, like usually for me to stand up straight, it's like it takes a very conscious effort for me. And I feel very unnatural doing it. But I just like, I feel like I was standing up straight.
So beautiful.
Very cool.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this moment with you. See, I'm even blown away, but it's so amazing.
It is very cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think just before we go to break, I'm just going to do a little bit of an adjustment in that neck as well. And that will bring that little bit of relaxation down as well. So I'm just going to work that trap muscle. And I'm going to pull your chin back a little bit so it's not such a strain of doing this. There you go. Perfect. All right, guys. So we'll break for commercial and we'll see you guys back here very, very shortly. Please stay tuned. I can't wait to finish this discussion with Jessica. So we'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back. So grateful to be here with you guys. I'm Sheri Collins on Transformation Talk Radio Network. So Jessica is still with us here. So let's just do a quick check-in on her and see how she's doing after that short break.
Okay. So two things. Well, I don't know if it's two. So right before we went to break, I literally felt my head shift, like my chin come back. It felt like there were hands on my head, just like pulling me backward with my neck. And literally the pain in my hip is completely gone. And so I just feel an all around different. So I'm guessing more is going to come up for me because I tend to be a bit of a delayed processor just in everything in general. So the fact that some of this is so instant is blowing me away at the moment. Like I haven't really mentally processed what's happening.
That's beautiful. So again, as exactly what we talked about in the first two segments, like there is an integration period, right? Some of it is instant, but there's stuff behind the scenes that'll show up that I'm healing on the backside that you still need to integrate because you don't know everything that's there and you don't know the process in which is there. But you know, whether I ask you what's wrong or whether I just dive in, you're going to get the same results. It's standing up in confidence to actually do this work. And I'm so grateful that you came on today to do this with me. And please keep us posted how you feel in the next week or so, just so that we can touch base and, you know, have that outcome for you that's perfectly aligned so that you feel better.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful.
Yay.
So here's how you can come and work with me. So there's a couple of different ways that you can reach out. You can work with me. We could do quantum akashic. There's so many different things that we can dive into. So the first way is through my website, and that's www.sheri-collins.com. You can reach me through shericollins1@hotmail.com. You can also start stepping in and doing this modality for yourself, and that's on my school site. So it's called Pure Radiant Soul Academy.com. There's an online school there which allows you to take this course right now. There's easy to learn modules that you can step into. Everything is pre-recorded, so it's easy to learn. You can learn at your own pace and go back and learn it as much as you need to. There is more than one level to this as well. Everything past level 1 is an in-class, so it's all done over Zoom. Level 1 is offered over Zoom as well. There's a brand new level 1 coming out in the new year. If you haven't subscribed to my mailing list yet, please do so because it'll keep you in the loop as to what's to come. The other way that we can work together is you can just message me and we can tailor a program just for you. I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, money's an issue and all this stuff. Yes, there is an exchange, but you know, honestly, I love just being able to help. If you want to work at a session with me, I would love to help. Nothing is off boundaries for me. I have worked on with so many different things. It's just making you feel better. But I think the biggest thing is you understanding that you can do this work too. Nobody is excluded from this, right? Thinking that it's just going to be handed to you. You know, where are you proactive? Where are you ready to step up and take the lead for yourself? That's what I had to do. I had to come to a point where it's like, no one's going to heal this. I have to do it. Right. So I teach you everything you need to know about healing the body, all the body structures. We go through how to understand how to heal bones. How many people have knocked their head off stuff, learning just to understand how that actually transpires into headaches and migraines. You know, that's a huge thing for a lot of people. I've had cracks in my head. When I was in high school, I had this key thing fly out of a lathe and hit me in the head. I didn't realize the damage it actually did until after I learned how to do this and then healed it. And again, we can dive into allergies. You can dive into anything in your body system. As you go through this process of learning this, so many things will show up. There is no limits. You could see things fly out of the body that you didn't know were there. Right. And it all relates to something. You know, the transformation that Jessica just had, everyone can have that. Every single person can have that. She's no different than anybody else. She's no different than me, right? If she chooses to step in and do this work for herself, that's up to her. But nobody on this journey is better than each other. It's just you stepping in to do the work for yourself or asking somebody to help. So I want everyone to understand that just because I gave you just this, that's one thing. You can just ask energy to come up in your hands. We don't have to take modalities unless we're drawn to them, right? A lot of people don't understand that you have healing. You can rub your hands and play with this energy, whatever that is to you. You can do the 3 fingers. Everything is tangible, right? The stuff that I teach though, and I do want to go into that, the quantum healing that I teach, the feedback that comes back that people can actually feel it. It's tangible, right? When I call up different energies in my hands, it's there. And what I want to do is I just want to share a little bit of that energy with you so you kind of get a feel for what I'm talking about. So let's just say you need some heart healing. So I'm just going to bring some energy in. And if you don't want to receive it, just say no, thank you. But anybody who does, just welcome it, right? And let's clear out that. And let go of grief. Anybody who's got grief around losing someone over the past, 100 years, let's bring in some energy for that release, right? With this, you might have an emotional release. Okay. And let's bring in something different. Let's bring in the essence of irises. And let's bring that in with clear quartz. And let's give you that energy. And let's just allow that to vibrate inside of you and bring that energy fully inside of you to upgrade you. And then on top of that, let's just bring in a clearing. So we'll just clear out anything heavy that's still stuck inside of you with this energy there. There you go. And now this energy can come in and just heal inside of you anywhere you need it today. And surround yourself in peace in this moment. Just allow yourself to experience what it is like. And let's just finish by bringing in a whole bunch of source love. That undeniable. There you go. Just allow that to work its way through you. Yeah. I think it's just wanting to take that first step for yourself. So if you're unsure if this is the right thing for you, feel free to message me. I would love to have that chat with you. If you're, undecided and you're not sure, let's just have a conversation. The door is always open for that to happen. If you're ready to step in, I'm ready to work with you. All my dates will be posted on my website on the calendar connection. That's usually where I post all of my courses coming up. So that will be upgraded for the new year. Everything that's going to be offered will be there. Level 1 quantum is actually going to be offered in a brand new course that I have coming out starting in January. And it will last for 52 weeks. And then it will go into an advanced class after that. So it is a potential for you to come into multiple things to learn how to do this work for yourself. Don't dismiss it. It really is important that we start to learn how to heal our own selves instead of relying on, mainstream medical stuff, because sometimes it's not always in alignment. And this just allows you to step into your own alignment. And I'm just going from my own experience. I no longer visit my family physician. She's basically fired. And for me, it was the best decision I ever made because I know in my heart that we know how to do this. And it's just letting you remember what it is you need to know. So if you're ready to step in, I want to help you. I want to teach you. So let me help you. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. And thank you again, Jessica, for joining us today. I'm so grateful to have you with us and to experience this with me. And I hope you continue to heal all parts of yourself as you move forward.
Thank you. Yes. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Again, so I'll just give you guys the rest of my information again, just in case you missed it. So if you want to reach me by email, Sheri Collins1 at hotmail.com. If you want to reach me by my school site, it's pureradiantsoulacademy.com. If you want to visit my website, www.sheri-collins.com, and everything you need to know is there. You can purchase anything that you desire to step into. Yeah. So let me just see if do you have any questions that you might even have as well, Jessica?
Okay, so I do have a question, and I kind of asked this, but I think it's important to reiterate is I struggle with thinking I'm going to do it wrong. Like, even when you brought in that, like, okay, let's just bring in, like, I don't even know what it means for me sometimes to say, bring in like all the divine love. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be picturing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be feeling or doing. Like, what does that mean?
So divine love is almost like an undeniable source of energy that you actually don't even know. Because if you think about how we're conditioned as children, do we actually know what unconditional love is? Have you ever felt unconditional love from somebody else? Right? So understanding unconditional love is radiant light. Right? So if you allowed so much radiant light to penetrate your heart and your higher heart and let it radiate inside of you, how would that feel? Right? If you had that love that, there was no boundaries, there was no hate, there was no anything, what would that feel like to you? And that's the radiant love. That's the source love, right? It's undoubtable. When we step into doubting ourselves and our abilities of, did I do this right? Am I going to get this right? If you put those conditions on you, then there's always the potential that you feel like you're going to fail. And for me, you can't really fail, right? The saying, try again, doesn't allow you to expand. So if I said, instead of doubting, just go with it. Just pretend right now you got it right, you understood it, it just worked.
I like the fake it till you make it thing. Well, because I always picture, I'll tell you what I picture, because I think I'm so visual, like I have to picture something. And so when you did that, I pictured this like swirly going like all around my whole body, like sparkles and swirls just like going around my whole body. And I was like, that's weird. I don't know why I pictured that. And then I start to doubt it.
But does it feel good when you picture that spirally thing going around your body?
Yeah, absolutely.
So why do you need to add anything else? Why don't you just say, ooh, this feels good?
Okay. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just share this with you. So the physical lie, when you understand it, becomes the spiritual truth. So if I tell myself this, I doubt. But if I allow the physical lie to become my spiritual truth, I can step into this truth. Because there is nothing but the truth. So if my truth is that there's this swirly white light and it makes me feel really good, and that's the source light, then it is. Just let it be at that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So do you need a little bit of something else so that you can see if you're still doubting it?
I think I just need to, it just is. I think this is probably all the wrong language too. I think I'm an overthinker. So do that thing. So I'll just take your advice. It is.
It is. So be it, so it is.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that question. And a lot of people are in the same boat. They don't know what to trust. They don't know where, they doubt it because they've never had it. Right? So I think this is a great opportunity for everyone to kind of lead off that as well and just let it be. Just go with what feels natural. And this feels true to me. I'm good. Right? I love that. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I just so appreciate it. Thank you guys all for joining. I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day. And I'm so grateful and blessed to have you here with me. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Thank you for listening to Soul Matrix Show, Unleashing the Power of Your Infinite Soul with Sheri Collins. Tune in live every Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Sheri can help you remember who you once were. Tune in to see the bigger picture, release your past traumas, and step forward into your true self and living a life that you love. This show helps you with all of this by being of service to you, sharing messages of hope, faith, and understanding. To learn more about Sheri and her services, visit Sheri-Collins.com. That's Sheri-Collins.com.